What's up, everybody? How's it going? Mr. K back here for a lesson. I don't know exactly when I'm going to be giving you this lesson, so I'm not going to date it. But here's the lesson. Today is Labor Day. It's literally the day before we're going back to school. And for me, I'm working on a picture for my year. This is the best way I can say it. Because this is a situation I've never been in. I've never been in a situation to be a distance learning teacher. I've never been in a situation to have so many unanswered questions, and I've never been in this situation where I don't know what the end of the year is going to look like. My sincere hope is that sometime by the end of the school year, we'll all be back and we'll all be safe. But right now, I can't promise that that is going to be the case. So right now, I'm just in a position where I'm trying to figure out, what do I want this school year to look like? What do I want it to look like? So, and this is how I like to goal set, or however you would want to say it, goal setting, whatever it might be. But for me, I want to start with a question. So my first question would be, what do I want the school year to look like? So I'm going to go back to my selector, and I'm just going to grab this. So this is going to be right in the middle. I'm going to use my drawing tool, squiggle, and I'm just to put this right in the middle of the circle. So this is my main question. What would the perfect school year look like? And I'm going to write, I want to write 2021. All right. So if this is my question, what would the perfect school year look like? I want to work from the end to the beginning. So I'm going to ask myself, what do I want the last day to be like? What do I want to see and feel on the last day of school? This is an important question to me, because I really, if I'm trying to visualize this school year, I want to visualize the end state. So when I'm asking myself this question, what do I want to see and feel on the last day of school? That means, what are those moments going to be like? So when you, my students, are leaving at the end of this year, are you going to be like, bye, no need, and just blow me off and not care about me and hope you never see me again? Or is it going to be one of those moments where both of us are kind of holding back tears? There's lots of hopefully high fives and hugs and all of those things. I'm asking myself that because if I want to get to that end state where it's such a celebration, but it's bittersweet because I'm so sad to see you leave, then I've got to know how to work back from there. So if that's my goal, all right, so I'm here. I want my students to be sad to go because I have made an impact on them. All right, if that's my goal, I want you to be sad to leave because I've made an impact on you. I know that in June, you are going to move on to the next thing. I get that. But I want to use the time I have with you to make an impact that will last you your lifetime. And I know that I had teachers that taught me things in elementary school and middle school and high school that I didn't really take to heart until years later. And I know that that's possible, and that's something that I could do for you. And that's really where I want to be. And I'm going to start with how I want to feel and how I want you to feel before I even get into how the class is going to work. Because to me, this is about purpose. This is about purpose. Okay, so this is my purpose. Purpose. I want to start with what my purpose is. I really want to understand the purpose. Now, as we continue to work on this, so I want students to be sad to go because I have made an impact on them. So then I have to try to work backwards. What are the things that I have to do, and what are the things that I can do for you? And I'm going to kind of put a pin in that because I want to come to a point of something that I think is going to be super important this year. I know we always want to say this, but this year is going to be super important for us to control the things that we can. Now, when I say this, that doesn't mean that you try to control everything, but really it means more that you try to understand the things that you have control over. And what I mean by that is, what things can you take care of on your own? You don't need anything else. You don't need anyone else. You don't need anything else. That's really what I'm asking you here, is what is under your control? You can't control all of the coronavirus, but you can control your actions in regards to the coronavirus. So as long as the state is asking us in school to wear a mask, you wear a mask. And I'm talking to my hybrid students who are going to be watching this on video. As long as you are at school, you are social distancing. You're following the guidelines. Because I really feel like this outcome of everybody being sad that the year is over is much more likely if at some point we all get back together. And just for the record, I can't wait to celebrate that moment. It's going to be the greatest moment ever of just having everybody back in the classroom. It's going to be amazing. You can't control the coronavirus. You can't control all the other people when it comes to the coronavirus, but you can control your decision. So if you're an at-home student, you can control when you go out places, the actions you take. That's just the example I'm going to use right now. But this year, we really need to focus on the things that we can control, because I need you to see that you have more control than you think. Whether you're a hybrid student or whether you're a distance learning student, you are going to be responsible personally for a lot more than you would have prior. There's not going to be as many people standing over you saying, do this now, do this now, do this now, do this now. You're going to have to do the work, a lot of it on your own. And another activity we're going to do after this is trying to plan your days, working on a plan. But I'm doing this in literally in the order that I would do it. I want to have this vision before I start to plan my day. So making sure that we have the vision and then make the plan from the vision, because we want the vision, or we want the plan to work us toward the vision. So here we go. I've said, what do I want the last day of school to be like? Okay, so if I want this to happen, I'm going to use a stamp. Let's go. Okay. Right. Well, I guess we'll just do it this way, because it doesn't seem that I can turn these arrows, which is fine. I'm going to move myself down to this corner over here. All right, so what do I want the last day of school to feel like? What do I want to see? Do I want to see kids celebrating? I want to see kids celebrating. I want to see kids laughing. I want to see kids having fun. Graduation is going to be awesome. I want to see all those things. So if I want to see those things, The next question I'm going to ask me is, what kind of culture and relationships do I need to create? And this is the question I'm asking myself. Because the classroom culture, whether we're distance learning or whether you're back on campus, it's on the teacher. It's on the teacher to create that classroom environment and to create that feeling of everybody being a part of something. Everyone being a part of something. So when it really comes to this part, to this classroom relationships and classroom culture, I want everyone to feel seen and heard. I want everyone to feel capable, and I want everyone to feel valued for their personal cultures. Now, this is something that I think is really important this school year, and not just this school year, but going forward, is that we start to appreciate each person's individual culture. That means everybody gets to be, sorry, the dryer just went off. That means everybody gets to be who they are and feel appreciated for what they bring as a part of that. So in my classroom culture, whether digitally or in person, we are a better culture because of all the people that bring different things to it. Me creating a culture is not saying this is who we're going to be, this is who we're all going to be. No. It's about all the different things that we all bring together to create one classroom culture. And it starts by making sure everybody feels seen and everybody feels heard. And then it goes to everyone feels capable. Capable means that you can do the things you're being asked to do and that you're able to do things that you didn't think you could prior. I will push you this year. I know it's a difficult situation, but I'm still going to push you a little bit. I'm still going to show you that you're more capable than you think you are. And above everything else, and I probably should have listed these in different order, but I want everyone to feel valued for their personal cultures. We are better as a classroom unit, as a school, because of all the different people we have and what they bring. Because that's the kind of culture that solves problems. That's the kind of culture that really brings good to the world. Because we listen to people who think differently than us, and then we combine to create something new. We combine to create something new. So from there, if I've said, okay, my goal is on the last day of school that I want students to be sad to go because I've made an impact on them. And I should add this. And lots of students stay connected to me and visit in the future. And this is a fun part of the world we live in now, because it's so much easier for us to stay connected. You know, whether it's through Instagram or whatever. Oh man, I did not want that to happen. Whether it's through Instagram or via email, or you message me, or you just plain come visit. Like, I love the idea of seeing you afterwards. So I want you to stay connected to me. You know, my buddy Wilkie talks about how he loves being invited to graduations, and he loves being invited to weddings, and he loves being invited to all these things. It really shows that we made an impact. So from there, I'm going to use the draw. I'm going to go like this. I'm going to draw an arrow here. I'm going to draw an arrow. Oh, all right. And draw again. right, so we're going to just draw this arrow here. Cool. And just for the record, I'm using the whiteboard app of Zoom. If you're wondering how we can do this, I can teach you how to do this sometime later on. All right, so now we're coming back here. So if I want to make sure that everyone feels seen and heard, I want everyone to feel capable, I want everyone to feel valued, how do I need to structure lessons? So if I want students to feel seen and heard and capable and valued for their personal culture, their personal gifts, their personal skills, the great things about them, then I need to create lessons that allow you to do that. So what I'm saying, and this is what I was talking about a little bit ago about pushing you a little bit, if you're going to feel capable, you need to be challenged to do more than you think you could. If you're going to feel seen and heard, you have to have difficult conversations. And if I want to make you feel that your personal culture is valued, I need to give you opportunities to express that. So that's what I'm thinking about when I go and I start creating lessons is how do I give students chances to see what they are capable of. Sorry, I spelled that wrong. I'll just expand this really quick. Okay, so I want to give you a chance to feel how capable you are. How do I create opportunities to have difficult conversations in a safe space? So when I say safe space here, what I mean is to have difficult conversations, disagreements, arguments in a space that allows people that provides people the opportunity to feel like they're not going to be judged, that people are not going to insult them, because that's a world we live in currently right now. Is people are insulting other people for disagreeing with them, and that's not the world we want to create. So based on that, so I'm here. And for the last one, how I want everyone to feel valued for their personal culture. How do I provide opportunity? I don't know if opportunity is the right word. How do I provide the space for students to showcase their culture? That's a question I have. And this is when I think about long-term projects and stuff like that, that's what I think about. How do I allow you to share who you are? So if I'm working backwards out of this, how do I allow you to share who you are? And how do I allow you to share who you are in a space where no one feels like they're going to be judged for who they are? And after we've taken care of those two things, how do I create opportunities, lessons, projects, activities that are going to challenge you so you can see just how capable you are? Because I think you're way more capable than you think you are. So I want to do these things. And I'm going to draw a little bit more squiggle. Oh boy, that was way more of a squiggle than I wanted it to be, but that's okay. So I will just use the eraser and I will, oh, dang it. I did not think that was going to happen. All right, so we'll use a straight line here. I've got it. All right. So the last thing that I want to do if I'm going to have a perfect year is reflection. So if I know that this is the general makeup, and this is not how I put together all my lessons, but these are more the guiding principles for what this classroom is going to be. The biggest struggle that I've had, and a struggle that I'm going to continue to have, is evaluating whether I'm doing these things. So reflection. So how often am I reflecting on these questions? What questions am I asking myself? Am I looking in the mirror and having the tough talks? All right, so as I'm sitting here thinking about this school year, it is going to be bumpy. That is a fact of life, that this is going to be a bumpy year. With so many unknowns, it's going to be bumpy. But for me, I want to do my best to be staying true to these values that I have and these questions that I have, because I want to have the perfect year. And I don't mean the perfect year that it's not bumpy, but I want to have a great last day of school that's full of love and appreciation and joy and gratitude and just pride that you've put in the work, and you know that you're better than when you came to our school, than when you came to 8th grade. That's what I'm looking for. I need to be asking myself this question. So how often do I need to reflect? I should be reflecting every day. I should look every day at what I've done and think about these questions. Did I provide you a safe space? Did I allow you to show your culture? Am I making you feel valued? These are the things I'm asking myself. Those are those questions. But the last part, and this is where I'm going to kind of end on this, is, am I looking in the mirror and having the tough talk? So I'm sure there are going to be moments this year for me and for you when I'm not going to live up to these expectations. I'm not going to do the things I should. I'm going to fall short. And when I see through my reflection that I've fallen short, am I willing to have difficult conversations with myself and say, man, you got to do better. You know you're better than this. When I wrong you, when I say something I shouldn't, when I don't treat you the way I should, am I willing to own that and say, you know what, I'm sorry. I made a mistake there and I'm going to make it right with you. So right now, just based on this, and this is totally unscripted, this is just me, what I'm doing. Like I said, it's the day before school starts, and I'm really trying to make sure that I'm laser focused on what I want this year to be. Because the more laser focused I can be this year, the more likely that this outcome, that the outcome of lots of students stay connected and come back to visit, is going to happen. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to work to start to structure my days, especially as a distance learning teacher. I've got a lot of unplanned time, and I've got to plan it. But I've also got to plan the other parts of my life. I got to plan when I'm going to get up. I got to plan when I'm going to work out. I'm going to plan when I eat breakfast. I'm going to plan when I'm going to work on the other things I want to work on. So there's going to be a tag along video with this. I don't know exactly when I'm going to shoot it, but like I said, I don't know when this is actually going to go out either. So I just want to share this process. I'm committed this year to share this process with you. And I hope that that outcome, lots of students stay connected and visit in the future, comes to pass. So I want you to know that I love you. I'm so thrilled to be here with you. Hit me up if you need questions or if you have questions, and we'll talk again soon.